Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kristen White, clinical psychologist and mom of three, and this is the Mom Degree, where we provide support and tools to help women feel less crazy and be more effective in their role as moms. So if you're following along, we are in a series right now on parenting, where I'm kind of sharing with you what are some of the things, the tips, the tools maybe I learned as a psychologist in my professional training that have really helped me and panned out in my personal life with kids. So that's kind of where we are. But I want to pause a little bit today and just say one thing, basically. This is what this video is going to be about. You guys ready? You listening? Okay, here it is. You are doing an awesome job, Mom. That's what I want you to hear today. Here's what inspired this a little bit. I think this has been on my heart, and we'll come back to that. But yesterday, I was at Chick-fil-A with my three kids, and of course, I was meeting other moms, so there's a play area. Great place to meet other moms, right? At least the older, bigger kids are somewhat distracted and taken care of for the moment. And there was some older kids there, a couple, 2 or 3 6-year-old girls, I think a like 3 and 4-year-old boy. And they were somewhat independent, and their moms were like kind of in the corner by the play area. And I just noticed through the course of the time we were there that these, especially, well, all the kids actually, this whole group of kids, family, whatever, were just awesome. They were just great. They were sharing with my kids, and not only sharing with these strangers, but these younger kids, which isn't always, some kids gravitate towards that and some don't. My daughter at one point was sitting down playing with the older girls, and then they left to go get ice cream, and they said, we'll just leave our toys here so you can play with them because you're enjoying them. What? They were awesome sharers. The little boys were like, kept coming up to my son and just being really kind. Like, they weren't hitting each other. They weren't stealing things. They were just being really kind, which is just awesome, right? I mean, kids are kids. It's not always what you see. And it was really cool. And I think they were probably having a good day and a good moment, but obviously their moms, their parents are doing something awesome too, if they can do this without their, parents sort of standing over them, forcing them to. So anyways, on the way out, I kind of just stopped by this table and I said, hey, excuse me. I just wanted to touch base. My kids have been over here playing with your kids. And at this point, one of the moms actually jumped up out of her seat and started to like walk past me. I think because she was like waiting for, yeah, they're getting into something they shouldn't be. They've been kind of jerks, something bad, right? Like, go get your kids. And I felt like that was sad because actually what I said was, I just want to say your kids have been like just really sharing and including my kids. And even though they're younger, they've just been really kind. My kids are younger. And I just want to say, awesome, thanks. And you're doing a great job. And the two that were still standing or sitting looked at me like, they were kind of stunned. They didn't know how to react. And the one that was standing just kind of like stood there. Like, okay, I guess she didn't need to go farther for her kids, but she didn't, like what? And again, I just felt like this is so sad. Like, why is it that when we approach each other as moms, we expect I get why we expect your kids are doing something crazy, because all of our kids are doing something crazy a lot. But why is it that we expect like critique with that? Like, that was the sense, maybe this is in my head, but that was the sense I got, is that they were expecting it to be bad. And that's just kind of sad. Why are we not coming up to each other and saying, awesome, great, hang in there, this is great, right? Why are we not doing that? And I think this has been already kind of stirring in my heart. I've been hearing this message, I know, from Momastery, from Glennon Doyle Melton, I think it is. I got her shirt on. This is why I'm so casual today in honor of this. Can you guys see that? It says, we belong to each other, from Momastery. Love that message. So it gave me an excuse to be casual today because it relates to this video. Anyway, so I've certainly heard this from her. I know I've heard it from the Pump and Dump, great comedians. It's around, right? This is kind of in the ethos. We've been in this environment maybe where moms have been a little bit divided, a little bit sometimes hostile and cruel and judgy about all of our differences, about, is it breastfeeding or bottle feeding? Is it, baby wearing or strollers? Is it organic food or fast food? Is it, you name it, sleep training or attachment parenting? Not even sure those are even opposed, but we come up with these things, right? And we don't just debate them. It's good, obviously, to make wise decisions, thoughtful decisions about how we raise our kids. We want to do that, but somehow we get real divisive with each other sometimes about this stuff. And one of us shames the other and the other feels guilty. And, it's like, we can't just be different. It becomes different and wrong. And I think that's, all those differences are still there. Of course, they always will be, but I feel like there's a little bit of a movement to lay down some of those fights, some of those gauntlets, and just recognize that even in the midst of our differences, we belong to each other, right? We are a tribe of moms who are all just loving our kids and trying to do the best we can and screwing up and trying to do better and making the best decisions we can. And we're all in this together. And even in spite of our differences, we're more alike probably than we're different. And so I love that. And I really, in spite of wanting to make really wise and discerning decisions for my kids, I love that they don't have to divide us in a nasty, unfun way. It's not even a word, but you're with me. And I feel like it's stirring in my heart, and I'm hearing a little bit of this, that let's take it a step further. Let's not only stop fighting about this stuff, but let's actually start affirming each other just for doing well and hanging in there. When we see a mom just like either, we see her knocking out of the park, let's not feel like ashamed that's not us. Let's walk up and say, rock on, dude, you're awesome. And when we see a mom who her kids are melting down and she hasn't left them in the middle of the store, let's walk up and affirm her too, right? Because she hasn't left her kids in the middle of the store. And we've all been there. So again, this isn't my new thought, guys. This is in the ethos, and I just want to share that I love this too, and I want to do more of this, and it's on my heart. And when I actually stepped out and did it yesterday, it was easy, it was awesome, and just shocking how shocking it was. So in light of that today, what I want to just say, I'm trying to look and see if I'm missing any thoughts I have. I'm just kind of going here. I want to say that you are an awesome mom and you are doing a great job. Seriously, when you're teaching your kids to share, great job. When you're driving them around to school and activities and you just feel like a chauffeur, you are an awesome mom because you're getting them where they need to go, and you're valuing all their stuff. You're sacrificing yourself, which we can do too much, but in this moment, you are an awesome mom for it. When you are teaching your kid to read, when you are, when you get out of bed in the morning every day and you do this again, you are an awesome mom, because some days that's freaking hard, right? We just want to sleep in. We just want a day off. We just want to quit. And you know what? You're an awesome mom. When you're in Target and your kids are like listening and playing and being kind, you are an awesome mom. And when you're in Target and your kids are melting down, and again, you're not leaving them in the middle of the store, you are an awesome mom. You survived and got them out to the car, right? So whether you're really, really, truly hitting a grand slam, or whether you feel like you're having a meltdown day, but you're just not giving up, you are an awesome mom and you're doing a great job. And I really want to communicate. I don't know your guys' circumstances. I wish I knew you all individually and I could say, Sally, when you do this, that's awesome. Now I want to start naming my friends. I wish I thought about that. Dang it. Next time. But I don't know your individual circumstances, you guys, but I know that you all, especially if you're watching these videos, you love your kids, you're trying, you are an awesome mom. And yes, keep growing, right? Of course, we all have growth areas. We all have moments we blow it. This doesn't mean those aren't important or we shouldn't try. But I think it's important that, first of all, that's not the whole picture. You have awesome moments too, and you keep trying. And I don't think you can do that growth you need to do and take in these new tools and do, new things in a context of judgment and critique. Not just from other moms, by the way, but from yourself. I think from ourselves, there has to start with an attitude of, you're doing this. You got this. Not perfectly, but you're doing it. Good job. And then we can grow, right? That's what we'd want to give to other moms, our friends. That's what we want to give to our kids. They're not going to grow in an environment of just like pure judgment and like critique and craziness. They're just going to learn to hide in that. And I think the same is true of us, but it's so much easier to extend it to our kids and our friends than it is to ourselves. So I want to say to you guys, and I want you to really hear it and listen. Are you ready again? You are an awesome mom. You are doing a great job. Whatever it is, whether it's you're really, if you're making an awesome gourmet meal tonight and you're hiding the vegetables in all kinds of places, gold stars. My kids are, if you're like me and your kids are eating fish sticks for like the 7th night in a row, you're still an awesome mom. We may not get our gold stars for that, but they're eating dinner, you guys. Come on. And, they're eating dinner. All right. So seriously, you guys, that's what I want to hear. And here is your mom challenge. If I don't have anything more, I could go on and on, but I know I'm getting out of time. So here is your mom challenge. First of all, I want you to say this to yourself. Maybe even like every day this week. Hey, look in the mirror and say, okay, you got this. You got this. You're hanging in there. You're an awesome mom. Maybe even look for the ways and the moments where either you're really doing something really cool and great, Or you stopped blowing it, right? You were yelling and then you stopped yelling. You're still good. Yay, you stopped yelling. That's awesome. Okay. This is, by the way, what we talked about last week with our kids. This is totally, I think it's coincidental. Maybe God had it planned. This is totally what we talked about last week, where we're doing positive affirmations of the good. And we're even shaping behavior. No, we don't want to yell at our kids, but let's be excited that we stopped yelling. This is exactly what we talked about in the last video. So go back and look at it. And I'm coincidentally just doing it with myself and you guys today. So good modeling. Okay. So do this with yourself this week. And find one moment to do it with another mom, a friend, a stranger. You're going to be around other moms this week, or dad. They need this here too. So at equal time, you can do it with a dad too. That is your mom challenge. Do it with yourself and do it with someone else. And please, please talk to me. Post your thoughts. Tell me, what is it that you did this week? Or what is it that, think back. Have you done something in the last week that you can say, hey, I was a great mom? Okay. Or when you tell other people, talk to me, guys. I really want to hear it. This is good stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Much love and many blessings. Until next time on the Mom Degree.